welcome to another episode of Fishing in the Midwest. Today I'm going to show you how to enhance the performance of your reel by changing the spool bearings. There's mainly two different types of spool bearings on a casting reel. There's one that's attached to the graphite panel of your reel. Usually this is present in reels that have centrifugal braking system or ABS braking system, which is what most Shimano reels have. As you can see right there, that right there is the bearing. You may not have noticed that, but that right there is where the bearing comes in contact with the actual spool and enhances your casting ability and your smoothness. Other reels have a bearing on the driver shaft right here, which is adjacent to the magnetic braking system. So right there usually is where you'll have the spool. Mainly this is present in reels with a magnetic braking system, so you won't usually find this with the reel as magnetic braking system because the side of the panel is going to have all the braking system rather than room for the spool bearing. This type of way to change your spool bearings is able with most Shimano casting reels, the cheaper ones, the Shimano Curado, the Sitka, Canon, stuff like that. But it's also present, this type of spool bearing is present in the Quantum Smoke and other Quantum reels and other big name brand reels out there. Hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy our show. Alright, so the bearings that we're using today to replace with our old ones in our Shimano Curado is the Boca bearings ceramic spool bearings that we've got right here. This is the ABEC 7 bearings, also known as the ABEC 7 bearings, and can be easily found on their website. You know, Boca Bearing specializes in miniature bearings, so it's, you know, what they really work at. They make bearings for Abu Garcia, Daiwa, Finor reels, Akuma, Penn, Fluger, Pinnacle, Quantum, and Shimano, and all other sorts of types of reels too. Those are just a few. So they've got a wide variety, and it's extremely easy to find the certain bearing size that you're looking for. They even make bearings for some discontinued reels as well, reels that, you know, maybe a little bit older, like for a Shimano Bantam. I know that they make bearings for that as well if you want to enhance it. So it's really great, easy to find on their website, and I'll have to leave that in the description below. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our VBS braking system on our Shimano to unfold the flap right there. Take out the spool, tape the line up a little bit so it doesn't, you know, coil up when I'm trying to replace it. And we're going to turn it over here to where we can see that spool bearing, which is right there, as you can see. And we're going to take that out and replace it with this little guy right here, that little orange seal bearing. Ceramic bearings are much better than your regular bearings as well, and Boca bearing orange seal are just outstanding. You know, they make a reel feel 10 times better when you're out there on the water casting or using it. So there's this little spring right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little tiny spring which we're just going to pop out. We're just going to use our tweezers just to kind of take it out. You know, if you do lose it, don't worry, don't fret. It's just something to keep that bearing in place so it doesn't slide up onto this section of the spool. So we're going to very carefully pop this out because we don't want it to fly in our face or fly somewhere else. Again, it's not like something really important, so it's alright if you do lose it or if it flies somewhere. But you want to try to keep it as close to you as you can. It can be difficult to take that out. It's good to use a good pair of tweezers, and it pops right out, as you can see right there. There's our little spring that was attached. Trying to get the camera to focus. But there it is right there. I'm just going to put that somewhere we can find it, up against some white backdrop. And really easy way to take this out is we use like a jeweler's screwdriver or some kind of, like, I don't know, sometimes you can cut a Q-tip in half. Here we go, we're going to just cut this Q-tip right in half. Alright, so we've cut that right in half, and we're just going to put it right in that middle section and just kind of pop it out. As you can see, we're just kind of moving that spool bearing out right there, and there it is. Just going to drop it right here. We want to keep it in a bag as soon as possible. I'll get that in the bag later, but you don't want it to let it sit out for a while or just, you know, collect dirt. And I always keep the shields on my bearings. What the shield is it is let's see if I can get that camera to focus right there for you guys. It's the section right around here, which is in between the hole and the outer bearing. And if you were to take that off, you'd see the little tiny balls in there, which make the spool, or excuse me, the bearing rotate much faster. But I like to keep that in there so no dirt or grime or oil gets caught in there. So we're going to take our orange seal bearings right here, which are the Boca bearings Precision Orange Seal, and easy as 1, 2, 3. We're just going to pop it right back into that section. Fits like a glove. And we're going to take that little spring that we took out earlier, and we're going to throw it, we're going to put it right back in there. And there you go. There you have your spool bearing change. Like I said, this works for the majority of the Shimano reels, the Canon, the Sitka, the Shimano, Curado, some of the high priced ones too, but it also works for some quantum reels like the Quantum Smoke. Now let's take a look of the speed and smoothness of this reel now. So you can see it's much faster and much smoother. So this is what a Boca bearing can do to your reel. I'll have to put the link to the Boca bearing website so you can order it. These spool bearings are really inexpensive. I believe for 2 you can get it for about $30 to $25, and that's just the orange seal, which are the top of the line stuff. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time on Fishing the Midwest.